And we have two special guests too. Two new characters that are here today, Florence and Austin. So guys, how did you come to the project, and how was it to join this amazing cast? Ladies first.
I came to the project after the first movie came out, obviously. I think we have a very unique position, which is that we got to fall in love with the movie as everybody else did, as the world did. We got to see not only just how incredible the story was and these characters were and this world was, but we also got to see just how important it then became to so many people. It was a phenomenon, like it literally was a ripple effect. So not only was there that going on, and then there's a conversation of a second movie, like the idea of being in a second movie was then basically like the best gift ever, because we knew what we were walking into, and we knew that it was very, very special that we were able to walk into it. I watched the first movie, and I remember chatting to my team and just gassing about it. It was just like, I hadn't seen anything like it for such a long time. And basically all of us were pleading that if there was ever anything to do with the second, could I be a part of it? And then I had a wonderful coffee with Denis when I was in LA, and then the rest kind of followed, and then I was able to go and be a part of this world, which is still crazy. Like, to be a part of this press tour, it doesn't really feel real. It feels like a gift. It feels like we've been given this unique opportunity to go to, like, I don't know, I've said it before in press, but like adult Disneyland. It's like, you know, not only did we get to go to set, but we're now like in it and talking about it. And it truly is such a special feeling being a part of something that will mean a lot for a very, very long time, to a lot of people for a very, very long time. So yeah, I think I'm just like soaking all of this up and making sure I'm awake and I'm remembering it all, and it's really pretty fucking cool, actually.
It is. And Austin?
Yeah, I feel the exact same way as what Florence was just saying, that the gift of being able to see the first film, and I've been a fan of every one of Denis' films before I had, and then to see Dune, and know the scale and the texture and the feeling of it and the intensity and the beauty. It was one of those things that I thought if I ever got a chance to be in something like that, I would do anything to be a part of that. And then our wonderful casting director, Florence Pugh, connected us. And so Denis and I had coffee and we just talked for hours. Coffee seems to be, yeah, this is true.
A good way to get a job.
I'm a cheap date. They buy your coffee.
Yes, we had a glorious coffee. And then we started on a journey together. This was such a fun character to get to dig into. Maybe the most fun I've ever had. Because there's so much possibility, and so yeah, we had a blast. I feel endlessly grateful.
And Austin, you clearly had an incredible transformation. So could you please elaborate about being this antagonist?
Yeah, our first conversation, we started talking about, one thing I remember you saying to me was Denis' vision was to have Faye being physically imposing in some way. And so I knew that there's going to be a lot of training involved, and then that changes the way that you walk, and it changes the way that you feel in your body. And when you have more weight on you, you feel different. You feel more rooted to the ground, and so that was the start. And then it was figuring out how he fights, and so working with our wonderful stunt team and with our colleague instructor in Los Angeles to do knife training, and that became another one of the keys in, and then it was really just finding how, my fear was to end up playing a caricature in some way, and so to find a childhood that leads to somebody becoming like Fade, the brutality that he grew up in, that violence being power, and having somebody like the Baron as your ultimate view of power, what that does, what you end up soaking in, and so then that changed, what I did vocally with it and that sort of thing. So you just find all those little keys in, and then we get on set and we just play. And it was so much fun.
It was impressive, I gotta say. And Florence, what could you tell us about your character, without spoilers?
It's everything.
Tell you everything. Well, I play Princess Irulan, who is the fantastic Christopher Walken's daughter. He plays the Emperor, I'm not actually his daughter, just in case. I think something that I really, really loved about her is, I don't think I've ever played a character as quiet as her before. I'm usually really grabbing hold of someone that is feisty and opinionated and loud and bullshit, and I think probably for the first time I'm playing someone that is unbelievably calculated and you're not quite sure what's going on in her head at any given time. And I loved reading that in the script. I loved the way that it watched her watching. Like, you were never quite sure what she was clocking onto, what she was listening to, what she was taking note of, until the final scene when you realise that actually she's probably been aware for a long time. She's an exciting role because I know that it ends on a ... And I think for any actor, having a character that only kind of breathes potential of what's to come next is the most thrilling thing, especially when you're in a cast like this. Zendaya and I have been talking for the last week about how excited we are to see what happens, and how we'd love to be a fly on the wall to see what happens between them. So yeah, I think for me, I kind of had the perfect bit where I came in for a month and then I got out. So I got to absorb everything. I got to watch everyone that I love. I got to be around this cast that I've admired for such a long time. And then I don't know what happens next. So yeah, it was a real pleasure, and a real pleasure playing someone like Princess Irulan.
Thank you, guys.
Florence has a great story.
No, I can't. I'll get chucked off the stage.
Okay.
Anyway, point is we just like each other, and that's
Yeah.
it. We just like each other. We had a great time. We love working with each other, and we'll keep our stories to ourselves.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I gotta say, we are very excited for the Mexican and Latinos audiences who are watching the film tomorrow in the fan event. You're gonna have a lot of fun too. So congratulations for the movie. And todos recuerden que se estrena el 29 de febrero.